Hello everyone, this is Schultzy, and I've been playing Xcom Enemy Unknown, and this is a preview review thing. It's fucking great. This damn thing is freaking great. I can't even just explain how good it is right now. And right now I'm going to be showing you kind of the intro stage preview. They also came up with the demo on Steam. I suggest you to pick it up, play the demo. It gives you, I'll play it a few times because you gotta get used to the controls. It takes just a couple minutes. The demo intro is, say, about, oh man, half an hour, 45 minutes, and it kind of gets you acquainted with how the game plays, how the game works. The game itself is freaking awesome. Thank Killjoy. Please go down in the comments and thank her. Say, Killjoy, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, it's fucking awesome. This game, honestly, I can't even explain. This is a truly hardcore game. You get this upgrade system where you can just go tiers and tiers of armor, weapons, drones. And the story is very good, even though it's just enough to place it up. I feel to plug around. Just how it's set up, how it's designed, it is there to make you enjoy this. And honestly, this is a true turn-based tactical game. Yes, there's a lot of chance and rolling of the dice in there, and that does get annoying and frustrating, but it is just well done and well received, and the game does, bit by bit, slowly ramp up. And honestly, the first most difficult choice you're going to make, where to build your base. You've got several places. What was it? North America, Europe, Asia, Australia, and Africa. And each one of them gives their own advantages. America gives its cheaper on aircraft and maintaining. Europe is scientists. Africa is money. And Asia and Australia. Well, yeah, of course, all the times I'm blanking out. I don't have this written down. I just felt that I had to get this out. The game is amazing. It is amazing. And honestly, scenes like this, I mean, this is a perfect way to set the scene. There are little story elements in there. I cannot ruin this. I mean, I'm so excited because when this game comes out, I'm just gonna start plugging and chugging. This game is exceptional, and this is kind of like, I feel to explain, digital chess. Anyone who's played battle chess will know what I mean. It takes a very good, simple design of tactical turn-based gameplay and adds a very beautiful aesthetic sheen to it and makes you kind of want to play it and just want to continue with it. And honestly, the upgrade system and the it's I want to say it's Asia that allows easier officer corps training, I think. It just dawned on me. Sorry that I'm rambling, but I wanted to get this out because honestly, since I'm small, I want to hit before the crowd hits. But this game is exceptional. There are pre-orders for Steam. Go on it. This is an exceptional game. It is also available on Xbox 360, PS3. Honestly, though, the PC version will always be superior. Graphical-wise, running speed, everything there will be 10 times better on the PC. I'm sorry, that's just a fact of life, that the PC is better. And this is, I've been playing it with mouse. It takes, honestly, it takes a little bit getting used to. I wasn't expecting it. There's pretty much there's ways you breach and enter. Make sure you take your time and watch what you do. Don't just be randomly clicking. Think your way out. This is a chess game with your pieces, and you don't want to just throw them away. Honestly, I've had really cool things, and your tech can upgrade that. Of increased armor, special armor units that you can fly, turn invisible, whatnot, and special psionic units you can have in there. And I mean, this whole game even has this atmosphere of holy crap, what am I going to do? How am I going to deal with this threat? And it's not one of these namby-pamby bullshit ones. I was struggling with the mouse because my mouse was dying out on me, but I mean, this is the perfect way to set up the game to this first story elements.
This doesn't make sense.
And honestly, I mean, you can also customize your characters. That you can make them look however you want to make them look like. Do you want them to be whatever race, nationality, color of hair? You can even have fluorescent pink, purple, and blue in there. There is nothing. You can have the wackiest, zany looking ones. This game is a must-buy. And honestly, it might challenge one of the ones I had preconceived ideas for Game of the Year. My personal Game of the Year. This, honestly, is that good. And randomly generated environments, it's insane. It forces you to keep on your toes, and there's all these different enemy units. I don't want to ruin any of them for you. It is something that you're going to love. I mean, honestly, you can, if you want to, you can take out the cinematic aspects in this game, and it doesn't punish you. It's just making it purely a over-the-top turn-based strategy game. I was not expecting that, and honestly, I prefer to keep the atmospheric elements because it adds something. Because you're, as you see, hopping through the window, jumping down, running down, taking cover, opening fire. You can take that out there. You can really do that, or booting down a door. You can do all those things, and you know what? I was surprised. I mean, little things like that. I mean, what makes a game great sometimes are the little things that are done in this, and you can just see this looks a beautiful world. The colors are. Even though they can turn drab, there are sparks of color and change. And honestly, there's so much customization. And honestly, this first scene, this first level, is the perfect way to set up the game to make you go, holy crap, what the hell are we doing? It sets the tone perfectly and expertly for the whole game. And this is a game that it will balance risk and reward, challenges, and how do you engage, when do you engage, what's the best time to engage, do we flank, do we use grenades, do we use rocket launchers, do we use our special powers, do we use Overwatch, should we set up a sniper's nest? This, I mean, it gives you the ability, even though it's in a confined area, to do whatever you want. The controls on PC are beautiful. I mean, honestly, it takes a little bit because honestly, because honestly, the first levels do hold your hand like this, and I was thinking, okay, good, go on. After the initial, you will be having, actually, after the initial level, this tutorial of how to move your characters, you can have your whole squad die. You can actually lose the level. You can fuck up. And I'm not kidding you. I just even tried to see if you could, and you can't. Now this one you can't at all. It refuses to let you fuck up, which surprised me. I'm honestly, I was like, oh, okay. And then the second one, you can really fuck up as much as you want. And this is, I mean, literally, you got to think on the insectoids. How do you deal with them? Should you take them out from a range? If your own enemy has this thing done to them, what do we do? Do you kill them? I mean, literally, you got so much you got to think on. I mean. And they don't. They throw it at you not insanely quickly. Because honestly, I mean, this is whole setup to have your whole squad slaughtered. And I mean, I know I'm ruining it, but excuse me. It's like, I mean, this is the little stuff that it's the little details, and even this lightning, the firefights going on, little things like that. Even though it's their turn, you're seeing this exchange going on. It sets a tone and an atmosphere that I never would have expected at all. I would have expected them to just go, okay, here's your tactics. And I mean, you can choose, shoot them, Overwatch, grenade, hunker down. So you literally can actually, if you want to, you can go, okay, I have to shoot someone. Okay, I'm in cover. Crap, we might, enemies may be coming to us. Or you can trick them to come into your overarching lanes of fire, and you can just mow them down. And you have enemies that can circumvent cover and glide and hover over things, and it's more like, holy crap, I have problems I have to deal with and engage. How do I engage with it? How do I do this? Do I shoot them? Do it gives you so much choice. And honestly, my biggest one is that it's hard to decide, and also they give you a hard decision. How do I choose to set up my army, your men? Do I choose body armor? Do I choose weapons? Do I choose equipment? Do I choose stim pack, or no, medical packs? Do I supplement it with a drone to help it out when I have squad mates? When you lose your teammates, do you go, crap, we're low on men, I need to supplement this. My whole Alpha Team squad died from my own fuck up. What do I do? Do I send? It makes you go holy. It makes you think. Because honestly, I was freaking out because honestly, I had lost a whole squad, and it was just I made one move and it just kicked me in the nuts. And you know what I did? I put my new squad. They were all rookies. Some of them survived. And they next level they barely made it out alive. Most of them were in the ER. That's the other thing. You get shot in this game, you'll be in the ER for so many days, and it's like I was not even expecting that. Like, okay, you heal up. No, this literally, if your teammates get injured whatsoever, it hurts them immediately, and they cannot be used for the next thing. So you actually should be creating a really strong power base, and also just make sure you have contingency. This is kind of like a zombie plan for nerds with sci-fi elements. You know how everyone makes a joke, a nerd always has a zombie plan? This is another one where you gotta think of these contingency problems, and you can't just go, okay, run. I was gonna say is that you can't just think, oh, I got a running gun. You have to think your problems out, because there'll be times that you'll come back with your whole squad teammate and have all the loot and stuff. Because honestly, you'll see it right there. It was South America. Oh yeah, South America gives you almost, I believe, instantaneous when you're interrogating them. Yeah, Europe, South America, Asia, Africa. Sorry, I don't ask me why I said whatchamacallit. Oh, but you know what I'm trying to say. But that's all it was, is that you literally actually have to think of what you're doing. Oh yeah, and it's just, these are the things that it is so great you have to think. And honestly, I never really thought so much. I'm like, oh, I don't have to worry. And then, you know what? When it comes to it, you have to think when you're dealing with these problems, setting up your team, making sure, if you have any idea what your team's going to be, think it through and have a setup plan. And honestly, these cinematic scenes are perfect. I mean, honestly, most of the time I'm like, do we need them? But you know what? It adds flavor and style to the game. Because honestly, there'll be times that you'll only have one man come back, and it is not something I'm happy about. I got frustrated when I'm doing it. It's like, there were some times that no one came back alive.
Are they?
Whatever they are, they nearly took out a squad of our best soldiers.
Yeah, that's kind of how the feelings, like, you really have some of these intense feelings. And honestly, I can't give this any more great praise. This is one of these.
Our work is cut out for us, Doctor.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, even these little characters that you're talking to, she's the research, he's with manufacturing, and yeah, he's the HQ, and you got. I mean, honestly,
my role in this project is providing tactical support for our field operations.
Yep.
And keeping you briefed on the current situation.
And I mean, you literally have choices, and you have to choose, who do I help out? Do I help out my teammates, or sorry, what countries do you help out? It's not even just the continent you're on. It's literally, do I help this country? Because honestly, previously it was the first mission or two. It's just like they keep it so you can kind of get your idea. And this is especially, and it's just like I'm rambling and stuttering because it's like it is so good. And honestly, you'll see. You can upgrade your thing, and honestly, your characters will have special abilities and techniques. And honestly, you need a balanced team. That's the most important thing. Because honestly, all I made sure to do, he gets his ability leans to a rocket launcher. Really important, because hell, sometimes it's better to breach open a building with a rocket launcher and do damage that way, or breaching. I mean, sometimes it's better to use your special abilities right away, and you can see your units can go up to Colonel. I mean, honestly, the longer you play and the longer they survive, the more abilities and powers they can get, and you can customize each one of your characters. And I didn't even think about that. I mean, it's like so many little things. So many little things, and this is. You may think that this doesn't cause tension. It causes tension, and it's the right type of tension. It's like, what do I do? What's the best way to move out and strike? How do I engage? How should I proceed?
We have already begun analyzing the artifacts recovered from.
And honestly, and when you bring back supplies, what type of gameplay style are you? Are you this guy who needs to do more damage so you can wait on the armor, or are you a guy that has a tendency to take the shots, or you feel that you're going to take the shots more often, so you need someone who can shrug it off and absorb it and move on? And then with the research and department, it's like, do I figure out, are drones more important? Do I need to have backups in case my elite squad passes away, or I can't have a full squad of elites? And also the other thing is, which is great, there's sometimes your enemies, your own teammates go down, but they're not killed, they're severely wounded. You can actually and it's rare, but you can have your own teammates support them, and you can hit them with a medical pack, and that they'll be brought. There's a chance that you might have them brought back. Sometimes they won't make it, but I mean, it's roguelite. Kind of seems to describe parts of it, is that you have this one way, you got a way to do it, and you got to make sure you got to just think what you're doing. And honestly, the little voice acting that's in here makes a great deal. Honestly, I feel this is I haven't got my hands on the X. I'm going pure PC for this, boys and girls, and this is exceptional. Honestly, Killjoy was super excited, and she got her hands on it for me. I don't know how she did it, but she did it, and honestly, she's a great girl. She's a great woman. Please, in the comments, say thank you, thank you, thank you, and when this game, quote-unquote, officially comes out, I'll be able to give you more content, because I don't want this to be ripped down and to say that you're violating our things, you're in hate and stuff like that. I don't think they will, but I don't want to get in trouble, but I want to get this preview, first impressions thing out there, because this game is exceptional. It is great. It is something that everyone should play.
But it's one you'll have to make.
And honestly, this is the other thing. There's sometimes you have some areas you're going to have to think of, what areas do I have to fuck over to make sure as a whole we succeed. Because honestly, I was going like, oh, I was looking, okay, for scientists, and then I looked at, oh, okay, here's Beijing. Oh, 200 units of things. And I thought, you know what? The most important thing right now may not be my money income. I need researchers to do these jobs and set up plans ahead of time. You actually have to think out ahead that what you're getting in return for your actions. And that's the other thing, is that you gotta think, what's the most important thing? Is it more important for me to get money because I lost so many states? Or is it more important for me to actually get supplies, armaments, and units like the workers and stuff like that? Because it comes down to a horrible sense of resource management, and that's not a slight against the game. It's more or less making you think, holy crap, what do I have to do? How do I get around this? How do I engage without pretty much fucking this up? And honestly, you get so many things you can do. You got a sniper, heavy weapons, assault with a shotgun, an assault with a normal assault rifle, and a support guy with a medic with an assault rifle. I mean, you can really customize these guys out, and when you start upgrading your weapons, your armors, and stuff like that, and you get also officer candidate training school, where you can have more powers and more abilities and faster upgrades. It's something that I honestly, was really surprised in, but I was glad that they put in there, and this is something that, I mean, little things like this, it makes the game seem so much better, so much more intense. And honestly, I don't want to say anything and ruin it for anyone, but you know what? This game is exceptional. And honestly, there's other times that you'll have to shoot down enemy spaceships, and you have to send out, you don't control it, but you just click a button and they send it out, and it's like, and this is a great way to intro with briefings. You see your men huddled in their I'm gonna say their deployment ship, and it sets off a great tone. It really sets it off as, holy crap, what are we doing? How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna actually get through this mission? How are we gonna deal with these problems? It really sets up, I feel, a great sense of urgency, and honestly, you're dropped in there with you'll just see, you're dropped in there with no clue what the fuck is gonna go on, and you know what? I honestly, many of times, gone, holy crap, how the hell am I going to deal with these problems? And it's like, okay, what do I do? Do I go around the building? Do I breach the building? Are these creatures and it's randomly generated and stuff? Or at least what I've been doing, it seems randomly generated. But it's like, honestly, I've been having so much fun with these upgrades, and it just gets so intense in a good way. And honestly, this is the other thing. I love that I could go up to a door, open the door, I was going to say, and quietly, and just get in, get out, and it was more like, holy crap, I can do these things. It's like, I can do these things.
Now I want a man on the roof of that building.
And that's the other thing, is that sometimes Overwatch is more important. Sometimes just getting on higher positions and holding out. It is so intense and cool and sweet. I want to get this ahead of time, and I know I'm rambling on, but this game is so fun. It is so cool. I never expected. I haven't seen a Frax game in a while, other than the Civilization or something like that. And I had played several other previous ones, and I was disappointed because they haven't really done anything old school in a while. And I'm like, oh man, I really want some old school shooters and games like that. And honestly, realize that your left and mouse button clicks are very important. Now honestly, if you want to shoot someone in this game, the biggest important thing to realize is don't be clicking your left and right mouse button. I don't care what it says for fastness and efficiency. You will fuck up. You will go, holy crap, I hit the wrong button, because I've done that a couple times where you'll see in the video if I get that far with my ramblings that I set my enemy, my own guy, off into a different corner and I got him killed. What it was is, if you want to shoot someone and you think he's close enough into position, hit the number 1 button, because it will give you, okay, there's a 90% shot you'll hit him, or 10% chance you'll shoot him or hit him, and it's something that honestly I regretted, and then honestly once I started playing it a few more times and getting through it, it helps out where you can get perfect lines of sight. You can take enemies down, and you gotta learn that some of your classes are not meant to run around, charge around, and stuff like that. And taking cover and using stuff like this, just holding the high ground and hunkering behind cover is so important that if you don't do that, you can easily get screwed up. And honestly, it was like this. I forgot the sniper has to hold out for a little bit, because honestly I thought, oh, I can move him to this position and I can have him take a shot. I screwed up because I think it says something like you can't. Oh yeah, never mind. I think this is where this might have been where he missed, but it's like 70% chance. Okay, you set up. There's been occasionally, yeah, because you can't move and fire the weapon at the same time. And it was like, it drove me nuts, because like, no, I had it, like, I thought I had a perfect shot, and honestly, I can't even remember how you take that out, so you can, I wish I could take back that turn, because honestly, you don't want to leave your men, even no matter how upgraded they are, you do not want to leave them out in the open. It will really royally hurt you so much, because honestly, I mean, you literally have to learn that engagement. You gotta think of your proper engagement setups and just go. And just see they're just gut spray all over the place. And honestly, thinking, where do you place them? How do you place them? How do you engage these guys? Because you'll just see I'm hopping around, set up, engage, shoot with a shotgun, shoot with a rifle. I mean, it's because honestly, sometimes there's a few times I thought, you know what, might be better for me to hunker down and engage, or they have special powers that are. I'm going to call them powers, but okay, you can run, charge up without much of a downside to it, because honestly, I thought it was better to engage from the building, because I didn't know, I thought more enemies were going to come, and you'll see in a little bit that there's these floating monstrous creatures, and they can really mess with the battlefield so much, where they have the high ground, and engaging them, they can see everywhere and have long ranges and long distance engagements. And honestly, these are the creatures you'll be following and fighting to. Not all of them, but these are some of the enemies and creatures you'll be engaging and having to deal with. And sometimes it's like, even right now, I'm like trying to think, where should I go? What's the best ways if they come from the left side or the right side? How can I defend myself? Thinking on cover, thinking on supporting your own teammates, not leaving them out in the dust. You need to make sure this is such a tactical, thoughtful game. You have to think, if I move this piece here, can he defend my other men? And if he does defend my other men, can they support him? Or is this more like, I'm defending the back, but he'll most likely die? I mean, little things like that. And I even thought that the best thing to do is to send one guy up front and see if the rest, if they would be drawn to him, my sniper can support him. I mean, honestly, sometimes it's better to have these units on Overwatch and kind of draw them in. Because right now I was thinking, ooh, maybe I can force them to come to me. Then I thought, you know what? This game is early on. They're probably not going to be doing that. I have to probably go to them. And sometimes you have objectives to disarm a bomb, and sometimes you have to risk reward. Do I engage quickly, or do I take chance? I mean, it's like you got to figure out what type of chances you take. And this is one of those games that I would say, for any true hardcore gamer, you gotta pick up. I mean, and this
sign, to say the least. It's hard to differentiate where the organic material ends and the machine begins.
I just had to let that.
Beauty contest, that's for sure.
I just had to let that let you guys hear that, because this is, I mean, honestly, I pushed my man so forward, I freaked out thinking, holy crap, these guys are going to be, because you can see they're hovering and levitating above them. I'm thinking, how do I engage these guys? How do I deal with these guys? These guys are so huge and scary. Is my best solution to force them to come to me? And I thought, you know, I'm just going to charge it. And this is when sometimes it's the first few times you play this, if you want to just play it a few times, take chances so you can get used to it and get used to the way of thinking and playing, be my guest and then restart it over. There is no harm in that, but otherwise, just take your time and be I'm a cautious guy when I play my games in general. This is probably why no one probably want to watch me play Call of Duty or Battlefield, because I will hunker down like a motherfucker and force the lanes of fire into my position. Because honestly, you can see the guy has the high ground, and that can really screw you over. And sometimes I was freaking out thinking, holy crap, I need to really do some serious damage. Come on. You'll see in a second. But I mean, these are the scenes that start up. I love that you just choose 43% to hit. And then I thought, you know what? Screw this. I'm doing a rocket having a huge blast damage, 90% chance to hit. I would rather do huge damage, a huge area of effective damage. And I thought, you know what? Screw it. I'm helping myself so I can really do some damage and not have to worry about anything. Boom. Yay! He flies away in ragdoll physics. But it was like, sometimes I was thinking, I freaked out thinking, holy crap, this is big, gotta use the big guns. And you don't even have to, sometimes you don't have to think like that. And it's just, sorry, I paused, but it's like, you gotta really think on how you engage. And this is the time I thought I was clicking on to kill him, and it sent him forward, and it drove me up the wall, and it's like, you know what? Oh no, no, it wasn't. Then it must have been another character. But it's like, these are the little things. I know I didn't have a huge chance to hit, but I thought it was better to engage because I was freaked out because this guy has the high ground. I'd rather shoot off a round to force him to engage or force him to move. And it's just like, this is what I love about the game. And sometimes these enemies are not stupid. They'll find out, they'll sometimes just go off your best unit and engage him to take him down. That they know that who's the best threat. They don't always think like idiots. And I also forgot I moved him, and that was going to negate him. It pissed me off because I was like, no, this guy is so powerful. And honestly, I was trying to figure out how to take back a turn, but you know what? I gave up on that. But it's like, you can see, you can show enemies' health, show the action cam. I forgot to put on subtitles like an idiot. It may not have the best stuff, but it was like, it is really fun. And I cannot give this any more of a bigger endorsement because this was one of the coolest games I've played so far. No, I mean, like little things like that. I was tense, like, oh my god, this guy's gonna kill me. I have to engage him. What do I do? And this drove me nuts because I thought I was gonna survive because I was in cover big time. It's like my man get upgraded, just got ripped to pieces, taken down. It was like, I was so frustrated. I really wanted this guy to die because that was like, you don't do that, no. And it's like little things like that. You can see even the units, their weapons, if they have different weapons, they have different outfits and styles of things. And in running gun, you move in, you can enter, pretty much it allows you to do high rushing movements and tactics and still attack and take them down. And that's what I like because I can really push the round in my favor. I can be super aggressive if I want to, and sometimes it's better to be super aggressive only in certain times. Because it like 100% chance to hit, 80% chance to crit. I mean, I'm literally right on the guy and ready to pop up and just go exactly like that. And honestly, the last few guys that you deal with they can really mess with you. I mean, you get some intense moments like you're thinking, holy crap, how am I going to deal with these guys? And you freak out, and sometimes, honestly, I always laugh. Sometimes explosives are the best measure to deal with these enemies. I'm very sorry for the rambling. I will always say sorry, and also, please, I beg you, thank Killjoy. She's the one who got my hands on the real product. I think they just probably came off the shelf too early, and she was just, okay, here you go. And honestly, this is a fun game. It is great. It is fucking great. And honestly, it's just something that I can't give enough praise. The atmosphere, the beautiful graphics, the great art style that is so perfect for her. She got, and honestly, please thank her. She's a great girl. She really, it would mean a lot to me and to her to just be thanking her in the comments. I will give you, and I also will give, I'll explain to you later on my preview review thing, and I'll give my true reviews of games in the future. Sorry that they've been taking so long, and that I haven't really been able to truthfully get you this stuff, do this stuff the way I like to do it, because honestly, you know, I'm just going to do part of it now. What I talk about when I'm talking about preview, review, first impressions, I try to review the game like anyone else in the games industry and whatnot. Give my talks, my likes, my basic feelings of it, and dissect it just enough that it's almost like everyone else's. And then I want to do another review that literally breaks it down, goes into the nitty-gritty. Why did they choose this art style? Why did they do this? And why I feel this? And just break it down almost like an analytic or a study of the game. Because honestly, I feel by doing that, they'll do more. And the reason why I do this is the fact that those breakdowns and studies of these games would put my review process to the point of maybe a month of study on this game. It takes so long for me to really break this down because honestly, I don't want to give you any false information. These games are so fun. These are so great. And honestly, this is a game, I mean, try the demo. You will love it and enjoy it. And honestly, you will not regret this game if you're a hardcore player. Now, if you're a casual player, there's a good chance this will kick you in the teeth. It doesn't pull punches. This is hard, and you have to think your way through the problems, and you can't just bunt rush and expect you just to do the damage, win, and steamroll these people. Now, there probably will be builds. I haven't really thought of breaking the game yet. And I don't like breaking games because that pretty much ruins the fun for me, but truth be told, you guys should enjoy this. If you're a casual player, this will be a little difficult, but it's like, I feel this is the good difficult. That sometimes, yeah, it's like frustrating that this was a bad difficulty, but I feel you will enjoy this type of game. And honestly, you can even see the fog of war. There's certain areas you can't see because you haven't opened the door, breached it, or seen inside of it. And honestly, I feel that's something that this is, I feel, the best way to do the game. And also my other thing was the fact that this game as a whole might be the best way to do all turn-based strategy games, and that there's other games that could do turn-based strategy that I feel should, like Warhammer 40k. I know they did one in the PSP, but I feel I would love them to do another one because that was a fun game, and do it like this where you have this
alien is unusually human in its
but you get these guys, these units, they spit acid, and honestly, you got to choose how you do this, how you engage and stuff like that, and honestly, it is so fun. I can't get over it. The gameplay is just this beautiful mix of class, tactics, turn-based, and a very good art style. And I mean, this is the other thing I love, that I can run around, have these units pop around, and make it seem cinematic, so it seems more intense. And that's the other thing that drove me up the wall, was that these units can be poisoned, and that's how I lost the guy. And it's like, you have to think. And the guy said on Overwatch, so I thought, and then I lose my guy, and I was so mad. And all I thought was, you know what? I'm poisoned. I don't want to die. I don't want to lose my man. What's the best way to do it? Grenade. And that, I mean, that's the things you have to do. You got to think, what's the best way to tackle with this problem? And you know what? This is it gives you a problem, and you have to find the best solution. And I did feel the best solution was to use explosives. And honestly, removed all the enemies. Perfect. Poor lost 2 people. And honestly, there are times that it makes a difference. It will always make a difference, but you just gotta get your hands dirty, figure it out, understand what you can do and how you can do it, and then just have fun with it. I like to say, everyone, thank you for listening to my ramblings. I hope this preview, review, first impressions helped out. Please download the demo if you're not so sure, you're kind of iffy on it. And honestly, if you do, please pre-order it on Steam. You get so many bonus packs and features out of it. You get and if there's enough, you'll get an actual free game, and that's such a great aspect and feature. I like to say, everyone, thank you for listening to me. Please pre-order it. Please thank Killjoy in the comments. And I like to say thank you, and good night.